magic has always been something I've really been interested in. I've been obsessed with Harry Potter since I was a kid, and every time I see a movie or TV show that has some sort of magic element to it, I love it. I recently watched Now You See Me and went to the premiere of the sequel about a month ago, so I've been really itching to learn some of these cool techniques and tricks. So in this week's episode, I'm going to be watching some YouTube videos just on some basic card tricks, and I'm going to practice for my hour, and then when I'm all done, I'm going to go test it out. So let's get started. So for my trick, I'm going to be doing a pretty basic sleight of hand. It's called the Hermann Pass. So I guess a pass is basically a trick that will get any card that you want to the top of the deck, and then you can kind of go from there doing other tricks with that, knowing that your card is the top one. So I'm going to be watching a video from 52 Cards, which is a really awesome YouTube channel. I'll put the link in my description. It's just really great. It's filled with a bunch of different magicians putting on tutorials and other videos. It's really cool. So let's get started with learning the Hermann Pass.
Let's break it down. So this is going to be a much shorter explanation than the classic pass because there's less going on. But to start off with, just remove half the cards and practice doing this. Okay, this is really easy to do. Just hold the cards in your left hand mechanics grip, and all you're doing is pushing down with your left pinky on that bottom right edge of the cards. And this will cause the cards to pivot up just like that. And you want to pivot it up until this edge right here is pointing straight towards the ceiling. So it should be absolutely vertical. Just lower your right hand cards, and you're going to end up in this position right here. So this packet right here is being hidden by my right hand. So at the proper angles, you can't see it at all. Okay? Now, at this point, you just need to square up the cards.
So now that I've learned the Hermann Pass, I was kind of thinking that a big part of magic is the showmanship. So I want to learn something really cool to end my trick on. So I'm checking out Chris Ramsey. He's a really cool magician. He's from Montreal. Again, I'll put his link in the description, but he puts really good tutorials and videos on his page. So I'm going to check out this one. It's called the Cyclone tutorial, and it's just going to add a little bit of flair to the end of my trick.
You're going to use simply your pinky and your index finger at first. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to pull down with the pinky. So much like you're doing like a Cardini change or any of this type of move, you're going to pull down simply with the pinky, and you're going to pull pretty deep because you want to create that gap. This gap here is where your middle finger is going to end up slipping under. So, do not use your whole hand. You're only holding the deck here at this point. Alright, you got like the velociraptor grip. Alright, so you pull down with the pinky. Now pops one card up, just like that. The middle finger then slips under that gap. So your ring finger is not actually going under. This, I think, is going to be the hardest part in learning, is how to only have your middle finger under there and keep your pinky back. Alright, so once again, all you want to do is pull down here with the pinky, right, and slip the middle finger under here, creating that bevel. Now we have this nice bow. Alright, so once you practice this, at first you might have a hard time getting only one card. I use the thumb to prevent any other cards, so if I'm going like this, instead of having two cards here, I use the thumb, which goes over the corner of the deck, which allows just one card to pop out. Alright? Once you've done that, and you got the middle finger under here, what you're going to do is simultaneously, you're going to build up the pressure here between these two fingers. So your middle finger is forcing outwards at this point to create that bow, and as soon as my pinky lets go, that's when the card is going to get tossed out.
Okay, well, that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to spending my hour practicing these, and hopefully I can get a good trick out of it. now. Let's go test it out. Hey guys, I am here with
Adam.
and Adam loves magic. So he's gonna help me out while I demonstrate what I learned in my hour. So Adam, I'm gonna start off by riffling through the deck of cards and just tell me when to stop whenever you want.
Okay. Stop.
Alright, so that one is your card.
Okay.
Perfect, and if you can just show the camera. Alright, so now I just want you to focus really hard on that card. So I'm going to get you to put the card on the top of the deck, and when I square the cards off, I just want you to still keep focusing on what your card is. So you can put that right there. Perfect. Alright, now, cards are squared off. Now what's going to happen is your card is going to go from the middle all the way to the top. So just keep focused. A little snap. It is now on the top.
Nice.
Alright, so there we have it. That was me performing my trick after learning it for an hour. I thought it went pretty well. There were definitely some really difficult aspects of this trick. The first and foremost, I think, is really coming up with a good story that gets the attention on what you're saying and not so much on what your hands are doing. The other things were, angle sensitivity. I feel like for the spectator, he probably didn't really see much of what was going on, but the camera angle, you could probably see exactly what I was doing. And lastly, the card flip. I mean, that's really difficult. I can imagine you having to practice that, for hours and hours just to get the flip to be consistent so that you can catch it. Luckily, I did catch it, but it wasn't the most graceful of catches. I had a lot of fun learning this magic trick. So if you guys enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week with a new episode of 1 Hour Hobby.